Welcome back to NTV News First Edition. Today is April 1st, or as many of us know it, April Fool's Day. Did you plan a trick for your child or your loved one this morning, and did you get caught in one? Well, here to explain the psychology behind our enjoyment of the day is Dr. Janine Hubbard in this week's edition of Get Psyched with Dr. Janine. Good to see you again.
Good evening.
So April Fool's Day, do we know when this tradition first started?
Well, we don't know exactly. There's a few theories, but as far as we can tell, it's been around since the 1500s. So something about the appeal of it has endured over all this time.
So we've heard the term schadenfreude used to describe the experience of gaining pleasure from watching others suffer. Seems cruel. But is that what's happening here today?
Well, on a small degree, there is certainly some we don't want it to be the cruel, mean, ha, look at you, to you're experiencing pain. But if it's the, yeah, I gotcha, you fell for my little trick and you're laughing, that's what we're looking at today. What we want to look at are pranks and tricks in which both the prankster and the victim are seeing some humor in it, are enjoying it, and are sharing in the experience. So it's a tiny bit of schadenfreude, but not the full blown.
Now, I don't always pull pranks on April Fool's Day. Hadn't had anything planned today, but I went in to wake up my child this morning, and she was sound asleep. And I told her that I had slept in. We were about 45 minutes late, and you know, she rushed, got up, started trying to get dressed and everything. And then I said, "April Fools." We both laughed, but I felt so guilty. Do people? Is that normal too?
Well, and again, you want to make sure that it's something that is well received at the other end. I mean, I remember as a family, we'd often do things like put the dog bones on the table for breakfast on April Fool's morning. Everybody has a little laugh. There are certainly some ways of getting creative. The big thing is you want to make sure that everybody's in on the joke.
Mm-hmm. So what happens to our brain when we experience a good prank or a trick?
Well, there's obviously a reason this has stuck around for all this time. There's a few things. It requires creativity. You did something on the fly this morning, but there are people who spend all year gearing up and getting ready for their April Fool's prank. So the creativity and the imagination gets to work. For anyone who was on social media this morning, critical thinking, analysis, not immediately reacting to a story as being true, which is a good skill for all of us to have every day. And then laughter. Having a good belly laugh, having a, you got me. You know what? That releases oxytocin, which reduces our stress levels and makes us feel good. And after a long winter, couldn't we all just use an excuse to have a good laugh, have a surge of oxytocin, and feel a little bit better at the end of the day?
We absolutely need that right now. Well, Dr. Janine Hubbard, we are out of time, but I thank you so much. And, you know, please, God, I get to see you in the studio next week.
Here's the plan.
Thank you.